Hi Libra, this is Stella. Welcome to your reading for September 2018. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're brand new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I do these readings every month. It's for your sun, moon, rising. A lot of people cross-watch and really, just anywhere you have it in your charts for the energy of Libra in general. All of my readings are created with the intention to provide you with the messages, insight, and clarity that you need, to know this month. The messages that universe wants you to know so that you can make the decisions that are most aligned with your highest good, okay? Everyone's highest good is different. I'm going to be doing a video. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but a lot of people don't know that they have a purpose, right? A dharma, a purpose in life. And that's part of, the messages that I am encouraged to spread, or that I'm, inspired, led to spread, from spirit, so that everybody can embrace their unique qualities. I think in life we spend so much time trying to stuff down what makes us unique, right? And in all actuality, you were given those gifts for a purpose, right? So my intention with these readings is always to inspire you to connect with that part of yourself, okay? Everybody receives different messages from these readings. It's very interesting because they are generals and there are so many of you. The messages that come up, sometimes I try to narrow in on what it is, like what I could do in a personal reading, but because they're general, the theme is the same, but it will apply to a different scenario, a different area of life for each person, okay? So the encouragement, is for you to take that and use your intuition to apply it, okay? I'm so thrilled to have you here. This is part of my higher purpose, to be able to share these messages. I think that's about it. When I was tuning into your energy, I got a really strange, usually I get a vision and there's, like an obvious meaning behind it. I got the image of like Rapunzel, that fairy tale Rapunzel. Disney did a movie, Tangled, based on that, and it's Rapunzel, and she has this, beautiful, gorgeous long hair, and she's locked up in a tower her whole life. Nobody can see her beauty. She can't experience the world, right? And at the end of the story, at least in the fairy tale, the witch locks her up and she meets a prince, and they're separated for years and years. The witch actually cuts off her hair, and in the end she meets up with the prince, and they're able to live happily ever after. But basically the moral of the story is, destiny. If something is meant to be, right, if you see it in your mind and you align with it, nothing can stop you from attaining it, okay? So many of you may have somebody in your life who's trying to take something precious from you, or try to restrict you in some way, or even try to strip you of your history. If you think about it, hair is a very, some people could even say it's spiritual, it's an extension of our nervous system, right? And we kind of have a sixth sense when it comes to hair, even the hairs, on your arms or your body. So, for example, for the Native Americans, to cut off their hair was to strip them of their spiritual identity, right? It was a terrible way to cut them off from their culture. And also, hair is something that stays with you through life. It continues to grow. And so all of your history, the chemistry in your body and the foods you eat and the emotions, even the chemical signature left by the emotions you feel is, evident in your hair. So I don't know. It's a strange one, but I have to say it just in case, you know, it resonates with some of you. It may tie in with the reading here as we go. But that's just what they, you know, what Spirit wanted me to kind of say. Somebody trying to strip you of, you know, your history or something that you put a lot of care and attention into, and almost like trying to use that against you, right? The witch in the story used it against Rapunzel in a way that, you know, like Rapunzel had to, here's this witch, you know, locking her up, and in order to have, you know, get food and be cared for, right, Rapunzel had to essentially present, you know, her hair so this witch could, you know, climb up. It's a strange tie-in, okay, but somebody trying to take something precious from you, okay? We are all moving into harvest season. You know, here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is obviously turning to fall from summer, right? Time of bounty, and now we're, you know, now Virgo season is all about learning to manage our resources, the bounty we've collected throughout the summer, emotional and material, you know, the bounty we've collected, to learn how to utilize it and learn how to structure it and transform it into our daily habits, so that when the winter months come, the harsher time of the year, when there's less light, right, less resources, we're able to, you know, still thrive. So that's what Virgo season is all about. And then Libra, you know, coming into your season next, you know, month later, it's about, once again, after you know, crossing the T's and dotting the I's of Virgo season, it's about once again, you know, celebrating one last time the bounty and the harvest, okay, and the balance between the solstice, okay, the balance between light and dark, okay. So everybody is being urged to manage their resources well, learn how to structure their time and their days a little bit differently to fit the seasons, right? And also to take care of all the details to prepare for harvest, right? So don't let anybody get in your way, you know, or get in the way of your harvest, or try to usurp or take away what you've worked for, right? There is bounty coming up for all of us. So just keep that message in mind. 10 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. And as always, the main part of the reading, Libra, Libra, Libra. Libra, please. What does Libra need to know? The main part of the reading is done with the Morgan Greer Tarot. And if I need to pull clarity, I pull from my regular pocket Rider-Waite. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good coming into this month, guys, Libra. Challenge and solution are done with the Chrysalis Tarot, and then at the end I pull an Archangel guidance as well as your power animal for the month, okay? And I'll explain that as we get there. Libra. What does Libra most need to know? Okay. Lots of new exciting energy coming in. I'll just read this top scenario because it's really beautiful. I'm not going to take this flyer because I have too many. But it was the 8 of Pentacles, being ready to harvest, okay? Getting ready to harvest. Libra, Libra, Libra. All right. Past, present, future, above, below, and what's crossing you. Okay? So, and let's do your challenge and solution now. Challenge and solution for Libra, please. That's it. solution. Challenge. I've been doing that backwards lately. I usually pull the challenge first, but I've been doing it differently. So, okay, I'm going to read this scenario going on up here before I look at your main cards, but it's pretty fantastic. 10 of Cups, this was the first one that flew out, and it did come out kind of like this. So I'm going to read it both ways for you. Ultimate happiness, okay? You can see it's somebody, you know, cheering with another, having not only, you know, not only your physical surroundings being pleasing, right? But like so much fulfillment, so much happy emotion, okay? If it is in the reverse for some of you, then it is something that you thought was gonna make you happy, right? You thought it was like the pinnacle of what you wanted. It was going to make you the most out of everything else. And it turned out not to be what it seemed, okay? That's only for some of you, but it did come out, you know, halfway. And we see with the rainbow represented the entire range of emotions, right? Cups represent water emotions. So, you know, ultimate happiness. Or ultimate happiness, you know, lost. Or what you thought was ultimate happiness, not achieved. 7 of Wands. So feeling very defensive, okay, about your beliefs and your ideals. Like standing up for what you believe. Being willing to stand up for what you believe, but also a little bit wary, you know, in the process. This is also, you know, these wands represent fire. They represent the spirit, fire element, motivation, beliefs, ideals, values, okay? Mars just went direct, and so in another sense, it's almost like this man wanting to charge forward with his own idea, his own motivation, right? When Mars was retrograde, so it kind of sucks all of the motivation and fire out of our lives, right? It's a period, the major retrograde periods are times of reflection, okay? It's a time of, like last month, you know, things coming up and realizing with stark clarity, right, what we need to let go of. And so with Mars direct, that motivation and that fire has come back. And so it's almost like, you know, you're trying to progress with that, but then here you have all these other ideas, these other people's values, other people's morals, and you guys are always wanting to balance. You're always wanting it to be balanced, right? And a lot of you were dealing with somebody last month who was like intentionally, you know, lifting you up just to slam you back down on the ground, sort of thing. So it's almost like you're fighting or defending, fighting for your right, you know, to have your own motivation, be motivated in your own way, stand up for what you believe, you know, enforce, defend what you believe over all of these other beliefs that others have, you know. And then the other, you know, the other sense, like I said in the beginning, is just feeling very defensive about your values, your beliefs, your morals, your motivations, okay? Almost like setting up a fence, you know, in front of you to protect yourself. But I mean, everything else is fantastic. Working towards a higher ideal, physical, tangible results, okay? 3 is a number of the first fruits, the first results of your work, okay? And Pentacles, sorry, we have a little bit of wind here. Pentacles represent the physical, material, tangible things in our life, okay? Let me grab this card 1 sec. So in this image, you can see that this man is working in a church, right? So what is a church but a house of higher ideals, right? A physical manifestation of a higher value, a higher belief, okay? A structure that represents that. So, you know, you've got a big idea. You've got something, a big plan, right? Divine inspiration, a long long vision, okay, long view for what you're building in the future. And you're continuing to work, you're doing the work, but you're just starting to see some tangible results from it. You know, and then perhaps as a result of that, we've got this Ace of Pentacles, money, brand new material, supportive resources that give you stability, okay? This is like a gift of money, you know, or it's a new way of bringing in quite a bit of income. Same thing with the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Serving your cause, you know, doing the actual work and receiving material, you know, rewards, material returns for the work that you're doing. This Knight could also be somebody in your life, an earth sign. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Cap. You know, somebody who is just showing up very upright, very forthright, very honest, very reliable, okay? And if it's not a person in your life, then this is you right now, you know, in Virgo season, just doing everything right. What do Knights do, right? They serve. They, above all else, they serve the cause, right? And they do it in a very structured, masculine way, okay? So really doing the work, really being reliable, really, you know, really just marching, right? Like a soldier, doing the things, serving the cause, you know, that's needed, and doing the real physical, tangible work, and you're receiving rewards from it, okay? Physical, material rewards. Ace of Swords, brand new idea, okay? Brand new, divinely inspired idea. In this deck, I always like to say, like, it generally will have something to do with the heart, okay? Because do you see how these fronds look like a heart? Do you see that? In the regular Rider-Waite, it doesn't look like that. And the swords are communication, okay? And you can see it's the hand of the divine giving you an idea, communicating with you, okay? In a way that is offering a brand new start. So big idea for you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then eating, drinking, being merry, you know, going out with your friends, enjoying good drink, good food, the company of your friends and family, celebrating, okay? It's beautiful. So yeah, okay, same thing. In your recent past, a lot of hard work, Ace of Pentacles, opulence, wealth, Queen of Swords and Page of Cups reversed for you. So on your mind, is there a water sign in your life, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, who is somewhat immature and very manipulating? Okay, this is almost like this is, to me, the epitome of like a narcissist, okay? Not like a extroverted, outward focused, big flashy narcissist. This is the kind of like undercover, covert, you know, narcissism that shows up as, you know, underhanded comments or attempting to use your own emotions against you, you know, or to manipulate you. This is on your mind. So, and this card always is very reminiscent to me of Pisces. So do you have a Pisces in your life that is showing up this way? Very vindictive, very, you know, manipulating on your mind. If it's not a person, then it's you're feeling like you can't express your emotions, and that's really got you. I mean, it's on your mind, okay? It's what you're thinking of. It's all that you can, you know, focus on at this time. You are working, coming into September at least, you've been working really hard. You've been stacking up the coins, right? You've been creating all of these products or all of this, you know, you've been doing all the right? And in the coming months, you're going to be taking these coins to market and cashing in on them, right? It's it's coming up for all of the signs because we are in harvest season, right? Can I have a clarity on this Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, sorry. Knight of Wands reversed. Are you lacking inspiration? Walking away. Are you lacking inspiration because of this person, right? You're feeling like, you know, the same thing up here, feeling defensive about your beliefs, right? Are you feeling like you can't serve your beliefs? You can't charge forward and express what you believe in because here's this person manipulating you, and your mind is so caught up in what this person is doing to you that you're unable to focus on, you know, moving forward. And then here's this Eight of Cups needing to walk away. So if this Ten of Cups if it is reversed for you, okay, so if you thought there was something that was going to make you really, really happy, somebody or something, and it turned out to not be that way, okay, you realize that everything was not what it seemed, and it's actually not, you know, the dream that you thought it was. It could very well be tied to this water person who is manipulating on your mind. See, everything with you personally, last month you were much more affected by these people that were sort of playing yo-yo with your emotions or with you in general. But this month, you on your own are fantastic. You're doing great. New money coming in, new ideas, serving your ideals, going out with friends, enjoying, working hard. But then there's this, you know, this card of walking away, and it's paired up with, you know, not being able to express yourself, not being able to go after, you know, what really motivates you, what gives you fire, you know, what puts fire in your belly, what you believe in, not being able to go after it because this person is manipulating you and is so much on your mind. And then here's this card of walking away, right? Again, these are all cups. These are all things, emotional ties that this person thought was going to make them happy, right? But they realized that actually they need to walk away, okay? And we just had this full moon in Pisces. Pisces is the 12th house, very much about spirit and fire, okay? So if you had this realization, like if you went through all that bullshit last month and you had this realization at the end of August, like I want to say the 26th or 27th, and under the full moon, okay, or even in the eclipse, do you see the sun and the moon there? Even during this past eclipse at the beginning of August, you could have realized this. And, you know, it looks like you've moved on because there's really no other cards that are suggesting that somebody like this is still in your life. But, you know, regardless, the person or the person is on your mind. And you're feeling defensive about your beliefs because of it, okay? But you've got all this other stuff going on in every area of your life, mostly financial, mostly in the, you know, earth element, okay? But a lot of good emotions, a lot of money, a lot of stability coming in for you, and then this brand new idea, this truth that you learn, okay? Or this idea that's gifted to you. Divine communication. If it's not a person, then you're feeling like you can't express yourself emotionally, and it's really on your mind. Perhaps because of, you know, this dream that you thought was, you know, going to be, that you're kind of having to mourn it a little bit, and so you're not expressing yourself. That's causing you to be, you know, a little devoid of inspiration, and realize that, you know what, I really need to cut all these emotional ties and just walk away, okay? One of those scenarios for you. But presently, let me do this first. Be on that same thread subconsciously, whether it is a person or whether it is your inability to express your emotions and you're feeling yourself maybe a little vindictive, maybe a little manipulative, maybe, you know, just you're not feeling that fire element to move forward. You're more focusing on the emotional ties of the past. Or it's another that's doing this to you. But either way, here's this Queen of Swords reversed in your subconscious. Okay, so Queen of Swords is somebody who is very sharp with her words. She speaks it as she sees it. She tells the truth. She is not afraid to mince words. She does not sugarcoat. And she's in the reverse, subconsciously. So are you not expressing your emotions? So the subconscious influence is like, you may be aware of it. It certainly shows up in your life. But because it's subconscious, you might not directly recognize it. Does that make sense? So your subconscious is almost like urging you, your ego, that part of you is urging you to hold back and not speak your truth and not say something, which may be in turn causing you to feel defensive. And, you know, and then that's where this lack of expression comes from. If this is a person and it's not your own lack of expression, okay, it's obvious that it's draining, you know, your fire, your motivation. It's obvious you need to walk away. And it's also obvious that subconsciously it's causing you to, you know, hold your tongue or not speak what you need to speak, okay? Mostly, like, she always reminds me of the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland. So in the reverse, it would be not being able to speak the, you know, truth of your heart, which is very similar to not being able to express yourself, right? Pages are messengers. They are messengers. They are helpers. They are the first step. What's the first step in communication? Expressing yourself, right? And cups are emotion. So if you can't speak your mind, if you can't speak, you know, what's on your heart, what's on your mind, then you're obviously not going to be able to express yourself emotionally, right? So for one reason or another, that scenario is going on. Let me pull a clarity for this Queen of Wands too. The Moon. Yeah, so you're not expressing your emotions, okay? And I think maybe this all came up, this all started happening either at the eclipse at the beginning of August, middle of August, or just very recently after this last Pisces full moon we had, okay? Your subconscious is telling you to not express yourself for some reason. Maybe because this person is so vindictive, and if you do have like someone who has narcissistic tendencies, your ego, your subconscious is like, don't say it, just don't even go there, just don't even. But the thing is, by even having this person on your mind, okay, you're not able to tap into the motivation, right? And it's very clear there's a need to move on. And if it's none of that, okay, if it's not a person, then same thing applies. You've had this realization, you're holding your tongue, you're not wanting to, you've been doing all the work, right? You've been working on your higher ideal, your belief, but perhaps you're not ready to share it. You're not ready to share it with, I wouldn't say like the larger world, but I'd say like those in your life close to you. And you know, you're struggling to walk away from ties from the past. So all this is on your mind: lack of motivation, inability to express yourself, or this narcissistic person, and the need to walk away. But, you know, again, you can't speak your mind. You can't really move forward just yet because all of this is on your mind, stopping you, right? You're not focused on the future. You're focused on what's happened to you or this person. But the thing is, presently, nine of Pentacles, this is like ultimate opulence, okay? This is, do you see the grapes? Do you see the beautiful exotic bird on her shoulder? Do you see she has so many coins, she can make a necklace out of them, right? She has so many coins to spare, so much to spare, she can afford to make a necklace out of it just to make herself feel beautiful, right? Opulence. And the thing with this card is it's on your own. On your own, you are opulent. On your own, you realize you have enough. But what's crossing you, what's challenging you right now is your resolve, okay? Your strength. Do you see how this woman, I always say, like, she could have shot this lion, right? How do you catch a lion? Well, there's many ways. You could shoot it, you could trap it, you could, you know, there's many ways to go about it, right? But she's not doing any of that. She's simply in her center, right? She's in her calm center. And there's a reason it's a woman depicted on this card, this receptive Mother Earth feminine energy, right? And see how she's holding the lion's jaws, right? This lion, this symbol of strength, is allowing her to, you know, manipulate its weapon, right? So it's like ultimate trust between these two. And the reason is because this woman is squarely in her center, okay? She has resolve, she has inner strength, she has the confidence to do what she's doing. And this is what's crossing you. So for some reason, your resolve, moving forward, can I have a clarity on this strength for Libra, please? That looks like it's it. Yeah, your beliefs. You're going through like a transition of beliefs, whether because of this person, realizing you need to let them go, you know? Basically, the reason you're not confident right now is because you're struggling so hard to hold on. These are all beliefs and values. You're struggling so hard to hold on to them all, and you can't contain them. Do you see how much he's struggling to contain, right? So there's a need to drop some of these beliefs that you hold. This is an ongoing theme from last month, certainly. And the other thing is just astrologically, you know, we're coming out of the time of Leo into the time of Virgo. We've got all these earth cards, pentacle cards. Money and material resources are trying to come in. You know, universe is ready for you to accept your harvest, but you're still carrying this kind of heavy load. So maybe all the realizations that you had, you realize them, including the emotional ties, you know, you realize you need to walk away from some of them, lay down some of these beliefs, but you're not quite at the point where you've done it. And then in the future, we have a pretty odd card, Five of Pentacles, but reversed, okay? So this could show up as a more positive card, but essentially, rather than feeling left out in the cold, it's knowing that you will be supported materially. This symbol here always reminds me of the base chakra, right? The color red, survival, knowing that you are provided for at all times. The earth provides more than enough for your needs and for everyone else's needs. If you can only tap into it and receive, there's no reason to ever feel, you know, left out in the cold or like you don't have enough, okay? And so moving into, you know, the future and towards the end of the month, you're going to realize that no matter what's going on, no matter if your beliefs change or people come and go, you still are always going to have enough. And that's a beautiful realization. I'm going to pull one more overall for you, because I want to tie this in. But again, like going back to the Rapunzel, like what you've worked for is really trying to come in. Like, I just want to show you this, just this in particular. See how it appears to me? Working on a higher ideal, new money coming in, new idea, new divine communication, okay? And the thing about these two cards is that they're meant to be. They're meant to be yours. And you're just starting to, you know, close that old chapter and open the new one, right? These are the number one, okay? Ace card, new beginning. And, you know, working on towards this higher ideal. So as a result of all the work you've done, universe is really to bring this bounty in, but then, you know, the only thing that's stopping you is here on your mind. You've been doing all the work, you're balanced, you're feeling good, maybe a little bit unconfident, but, you know, you're not able to focus your mind. You might even be just like, see how he's kind of just pounding them out, like there's not a lot of inspiration here. it's like a production line, right? He's producing one after another. Maybe you're like, you've been doing the work, but you haven't felt, you know, this, you're not able to feel this charging forward motivation, inspiration, because of either a lack of communication or whoever this person is for you. You know, and then it's very obvious that you're still holding on to some old ideals. You know, the eclipses brought up those ideals for a reason. They brought up all those painful scenarios so that you could see them clearly and go, okay, I'm done with it, right? Yes, please, I would like that new financial start. Yes, please, I would like that brand new idea. Universe, I'm ready for it. Let me show you by making some room in my life and taking out, letting go, walking away from the emotional attachments, the people, the thought patterns, the beliefs I have that don't support me. If you see it, the thing is, if you don't know better, you don't know better, right? But if you see clearly through some scenario in life or through some inner insight that you have, or somebody else tells you, whatever form it comes in, if you see that, say you hold a belief that, you know, you're not good at anything. Let's just throw that example out there, okay? You're not good enough. That's one that a lot of people carry around in different ways. Let's say something happens and you realize that you have that belief. Well, now you're an adult, right? You can think for yourself. Whenever you created that belief, you didn't know better, right? You were a child, probably. You were young. You were immature. You weren't able to make changes and you, and now you are. So in the light of your conscious mind now, in light of what you now know, do you realize how that belief that you aren't good enough does not serve you, right? It's obvious, right? So why would you want to hold a belief that only serves to hold you back? So if you don't know better, if you've never seen it before, then fine. You know, there's no consequence. There's consequence, but there's no like direct, you know, it's not going to weigh on your conscience or bother you, right? You're just going to go about your merry, ignorant way, right? But once you know, now you have not only the responsibility, but the in a good way, the ability to make the choice to lay that belief down. You don't have to struggle to, you know, you don't have to struggle against I'm not good enough anymore. You don't have to carry that belief with you anymore. And if it got brought up, this could apply to any belief, right? If it got brought up in this eclipse period, in this retrograde time, which it's likely that some did, I know that some did, for everybody, okay? It's your choice whether you lay it down or not, right? But now you know better. So it's almost like now universe takes the training wheels off and they go, okay, well, I showed you, Libra. I showed you where you were doing that. Why are you holding on to it? Are you afraid? Are you still attached to this person who manipulates you? Why is it? Why are you feeling so defensive? Why are you not able to express what you really believe and what you really know? Is it because you're holding on to this belief? You know, and are you not letting it go because you know that you're gonna let this person go, or your life is gonna change in some way, right? Or maybe you're grieving over what you thought was gonna make you happy, right? But for one reason or another, the consequences are going to start getting more and more heavy, even in your own mind. I mean, look, your mind is preoccupied with all this when you've got all this abundance going on around you, and you're not feeling confident because you know that you need to change up some of those beliefs, okay? I hope I said that in a way that is that made sense, okay? But it's really up to you. You have the power. Now that you've seen the light, you have the power to make the change. And I'm telling you, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Three of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, so much abundance, physical material abundance, just waiting to come in for you, okay? So, can I pull one card for what is the advice? What does Libra need to focus their mind on in order to you need to rest. You need to take a time of rest and contemplate what you believe and what you communicate to others, okay? This is a card of rest and reflection in the mental realm. So you need to take some time to mentally, okay, reflect on everything that's going on in your head so that it can become, more clear moving forward. Because with this opulence, you right here, realizing that you never have to be without again. I mean, it's all just, and this Two of Coins. Yeah. So with this card, I pulled a card for your near future, okay? With this card of realizing that you never have to be left out in the cold. You always are provided for. You always have enough, right? Came up the Two of Coins. So you have a choice. Do you continue to go about your old way of doing things, or do you embrace this new understanding that you always have enough, and therefore walk into everything you do with confidence? And because it's on your mind, you attract seamlessly this new, harvest that's trying to come to you. Okay? Two of Mirrors challenge, Two of Cups. Your emotional tie with somebody. Is there somebody new coming into your life, offering you some emotions, and it's causing you to go off track, right? Causing you to question your beliefs and feel very defensive? Your advice here is the Nine of Spirals. So the advice here, do you see how this is like, it's divine, right? He's blowing all these spirals out, and these spirals are going and clearing the way before him, right? So you're struggling to defend yourself. You're struggling to lay down some old beliefs. Let what you do believe, you need to, so first of all, you need to examine, take some time to rest, stop charging forward for a second, and reflect mentally, okay? That's number one. Number two, regardless of this person or whatever's going on in your mind, you're doing everything right. You've done the work, you are fine. The harvest is coming, okay? But you need to work on your self-confidence. You need to allow those beliefs, those spirals, okay? Spirals are the same in this deck as they are, they're wands in the traditional tarot, okay? So allow those beliefs to pave the way for you. Does that make sense? Be so strong in your beliefs that they pave the way for you. And in that way, only the things that are aligned with what you believe in end up being, left in your life, or end up being attracted to you. Okay? So there's a real need to lay down these old beliefs so that you have the room, okay, to take the inspiration that's coming and allow it to guide your life from now on. Okay? So, a lot going on, Libra, but really you're so abundant. You've just got, your mind is a little bit mixed up right now, and you're not able to, kind of speak your truth, but you're going to be fine no matter what. It's just, it will be a whole lot easier if you lay down those old beliefs, okay, and don't feel so defensive. Don't worry so much about what everyone else thinks or is doing, or having to even defend yourself. Don't even worry about their opinions, okay? Just focus on yourself, because you have so much good stuff coming in, so much coming in, that there's no need to be, struggling mentally with walking away from anything. Don't even worry about it. Just focus on the abundance that's coming in, and that belief, those beliefs, those understanding that I am always provided for, right? Let that pave the way so that you don't attract these type of people to you anymore. Okay? So, Archangel guidance, please. Clear your space, Libra. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Okay? Virgo season. Clearing your space, getting everything organized, getting a clean space, a clean environment, okay? So that you can receive these new ideas, this new money, so you have new, room for all your new material things, so that you can go buy things and fill your space up with things that you like and enjoy, right? Dotting your I's and crossing your T's right now, not instead of reflecting on what really matters mentally, taking some time to reflect mentally on what really matters, rather than whoever the hell this person is or what they've done, or whatever you're needing to walk away from. It will phase itself out, okay? I think you're still feeling some of that retrograde energy. By October, it will have phased itself out, and when we come into your season, you really should be squarely in your abundance at that time, Just make room for it. Yes, clear your space, but also mentally and spiritually, okay? So, the wind is blowing my car. Animal totem for Libra. Resolve, okay? What were you lacking? Resolve, confidence, okay? Elephant, you will overcome any obstacles. Know that. Let that belief blow out in front of you and clear the way, clear the space, clear the energy, right? Clean slate. Know that you can overcome everything. Know that you will always be provided for. Okay? And it will happen. You just need to redirect your focus, because if you continue to focus on this up here on your mind, it has the potential to get you tied back up in what you're trying to leave behind, okay? But there's so much abundance trying to come in for you. So literally just resolve. If you believe it, it will happen. Know that you can overcome any obstacle, okay? So, beautiful reading, Libra. Thank you so much. If you, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I do a daily reading there. I am working on creating some more fun content on my Facebook, trying to just get some more content up there. I also will be launching my site at the end of the month, which I'm very excited about, and creating more content on there as well. So I'm going to be doing some videos and blog posts, articles on just spiritual topics, trauma, different obstacles. If you're watching this video, it's very likely that you're a pretty empathic person. You have a spiritual connection, and really my purpose is just to share what I know, and if I can help one person by sharing the struggles that I've gone through and what has helped me overcome them, then I'm living my purpose, and that's all I could ask for. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, or if you would like to be put on a list to be notified when my site does go up, at that point you can purchase readings for me too. I'm not doing any readings until that point, any private readings. But if you'd like to be notified, send me an email and just request that I put you on the list. And when my site is up, I will notify you right away, and you can go there and purchase the reading if you would like, or check out the other content that I'm working on. So, I love you guys, Libra. Honestly, by the time your birthday, rolls around, you're gonna have so much harvest, so much abundance, okay? So just clear the space now. Okay, that's the main message. So I love you guys, and I will see you in October.